You will start in Philadelphia Creed 2?
Yes, I will start in 3 weeks.
And have you done some special training for the role?
Yes, well I've trained, trying to build up and get a little bit muscular and lose some fat and get more muscular because I play Ivan Drago, an older version, but I still have to fight with my son, who's a fighter. We end up sparring and I want to look strong for the role, so I've been doing some training for it.
And you said before in the conference that Stallone convinced you, telling that it was a story about the sins of your father.
Yes.
Apart the feeling that a relationship between fathers and son had this effect on you, I think very strong.
Yes.
There was anything else in the script that stuck out with you?
Yes, the whole relationship with my son in the movie is very interesting. I think it's extreme because I play an ex-world champion boxer who's got a lot of problems, psychological problems, and I tried to use my son to get me back into the world, to make me famous again, to get everything that I want. But on another level, it's between love between a father and a son, lack of love and love. So I think for a lot of men, I hope that it's going to be a meaningful role for them, for the audience. It is for me already.
You said before that the end will be very impactful and there will be the wife of Apollo.
Yes.
Why did you prefer only to focus on your fight with Rocky and not with Apollo? I know that the one with Rocky has more impact on Ivan Drago, but I thought about if there's his wife there, maybe this will be helpful in some ways.
It is. Look, I hadn't watched the fight because I watched the last fight because I wanted to see how it ended, how I felt right at the end, and why I lost the fight, what mistakes I made, so that when I coach my son later, I will try not to make those mistakes. But you're right. Yes, obviously the fact that I killed a man at a young age, I was probably 25, and I didn't mean to. Had a huge impact on me, and I feel very bad about it, but I don't show that. It's just something that I feel, but I don't tell anybody. It doesn't come out in the text, but it comes out in my behavior towards the wife, towards what happens later in the picture is that the fight becomes very vicious, and it becomes a life and death situation between my son and Adonis Creed, and that brings me back to what happened the first time. And also for Rocky, because he's there now with the son of the guy who died in his arms. So for him, it's a huge thing. It's like a replay. It's like a reenactment.
Yeah.
So I think the reenactment is what makes this picture very strong. And I think if they've seen the first one, they will really appreciate it. And if they haven't seen it, there's probably little pieces of the movie in there. So even if you haven't seen the first one, you will understand what happened.
So some flashback.
Yeah, we're on the news. Because in the movie, obviously the whole world knows what happened the first time. So if you cut to the sports, commentators, they will show it on, show it to everybody. Because both, obviously, Adonis knows what happened. I know what happened.
Do you know, less or more, how much time you will spend on the set of Creed 2?
Yeah, I would work. I'm in the whole movie. I mean, not every scene, but I think I'm there for about. I'm in 2 months in Philadelphia, and then I have one scene shooting a little bit later. But pretty much, I work pretty much for 2 months, a month and a half, 2 months.
Instead, for Aquaman, when you start for the press?
Probably start. November.
So you will
Creed, yeah, we both, because Creed is November and Aquaman is December. Both are Warner Brothers internationally, so I think, and they're both fun roles, so I hope Creed 2 would be, if it's as good as the script, it's going to be one hell of a great movie, and people, I think, really like it.
You will be a father too in Aquaman. And
I know, yeah, you're right. That's it. I've graduated.
Yeah.
Finally. Amber Heard's my daughter. You're right.
How do you compare your relationship with your daughter in Aquaman instead of with your son in Creed 2?
Yeah, it's a big difference. In Aquaman, I love my daughter. I brought her up, I think, with a lot of love and respect, and she's a really strong woman. She actually disobeys me a lot, and she runs off and does things on her own, which I don't want her to do because I'm afraid that she will get hurt. But you know, at the end, when she does come to me with my help, I give it to her. So I think it's different. With a son in Creed 2, it's very complicated. Well, the thing is, in Aquaman, I'm a more evolved character. My father is a more evolved guy. He's a leader. He cares about his country. He cares about his people. He cares about his daughter. He's trying to keep peace. And it's almost like that's more who I've become now. Mm-hmm. Whereas in Creed 2, I play the one I used to be. Maybe the father I could have been if I hadn't started meditation and done therapy and been bitter about my life. More like my father. Had a lot of problems, and you know, he meant well. He just didn't know how to deal with it. He just took it out on other people, you know.
In Aquaman, how was your costume?
Yeah, the costume is fantastic. It's very, very extravagant. It looks like a mix between Gladiator and Superman or something.
So you have a cape?
Yeah, cape and big, armor. Mm-hmm. And also I have red hair as well. And so does my daughter. We're related.